Happy new season. It ain't the new year yet, for those who actually know, but that's beside the point. We're going to talk today in fighting cancer tactics. This is the third video that I made. So we're going to get into basics. Number one, I am not a doctor. I'm not a medicinal practitioner. I am a 8 year, 8 month, soon to be 9 months survivor of colon cancer. I'm still moving, getting up. And this video is for the intended purpose of edutainment, entertainment, and education combined into one. Get your notepads. Get your notepads. I'm about to go in and I'm going to make this as simple as possible. If you all remember, I said I was going to try to keep my videos down to 30 minutes because I'm very long-winded. All right, this is January 1. Get a notepad. This is what you're going to need. I'm going to go in and just show you all what I have to get started. All right. I don't know if I can turn this around. Okay. For all of our cancer patients, you need to get a power team. This is on my refrigerator. These are just basic things. I had a few more things on here, but I took them down because I'm cleaning the house. However, I always keep some things here on the wall, and these are a few things. When I go grocery shopping, I always know what to make for myself. So I have a vegetarian cook, my cousin, so he makes a lot of the stuff for me, and then of course I put it in the freezer. So this is the first of the month, so I got to do some grocery shopping in another week or so. So I keep the basic things on my list that I know whatever I buy, I will always have these first up. All right. So my cousin, he makes my veggie meats because I eat a lot of pizza. So I make my own pizzas. He makes vegetarian steak sandwiches for lunch. So I'll have all these things here. Now, this is a quick piece of paper that I actually had this in my laptop. Pardon it that is wrinkled, but this is from New Life Health Foods on the west side of Chicago, 3141 West Roosevelt Road, Chicago, Illinois. And this is soursop and the benefits of soursop. So I'm going to make another video and I'm going to put this on my Instagram page as well. These are the benefits of graviola or soursop. Graviola is another name for soursop. Okay, these are the soursop benefits. I'm known as the Soursop Man in Chicago, and my videos reach over 8 million views. And this is what we talk about here. High in antioxidants, it fights bacteria, reduces inflammation, maintains healthy joints and nerves, may help kill cancer cells. They say may for a reason. Stabilizes blood sugar levels, lowers blood pressure, may help treat herpes, helps prevent ulcers, supports immune system. Graviola leaf, high in fiber and treats diarrhea, improves eye health, improves respiratory health, relieves stress, boosts kidney and liver health, treats fevers and relieves pain. These are the benefits of soursop. I also have soursop leaves. These are grinded up because I make a tea out of it, and I actually have my tea in there. So first thing is, pardon my messy room, pardon my messy house. I'm still getting stuff cleaned up. First thing I do in the morning, everybody go get their little sausages and scrambled eggs and pancakes and stuff like that. Me, I got my smoothie. So that's my breakfast of champions. And I have my 15 different herbs supplements to the herbs that I make for me. So you want to have a list. As soon as you start changing your diet, you want to have a list of the basic things that you know that you're going to need to help you with your situation. So if you are dealing with cancer, you know you're going to have to get the cancer killing herbs and the cancer killing foods. So that's why you have a list on your wall. So if you don't go to the store, somebody else will go to the store. They know that before they get anything for you, they know they have to make sure that everything that you need is on that checklist before they go to the store. So whenever they go, if you know you need to get green peppers, that's the first thing on the list that gets checked off because that's for you. If you need to get fresh water, you know that's checked off. If you need to get baking soda or anything, you know that those things are the first things on the list that gets taken off because it's already done. And now we go to level 2, which is really level 1 in my book, getting your schedule together. Now, today is the 1st of January. Today is Thursday. On the chart, on the astrological chart, this is a Jupiter day. Anybody knows what Jupiter day is? It is expansion. So whatever you have, this is the day that you focus on multiplying. So we want to multiply healing from day 1 to day 14, which will be on a Wednesday. You want to chart down where you want to be 14 days from now. So 14 days from now, I personally have my own goals that I want to set. My goal is several bills will be paid ahead of time. Several bills will be paid ahead of time. By this time, before the 15th, I'm going to take care of a bill ahead of time, 15 days before the bill is due. That's my challenge. Now, 15 days from now, if you're dealing with cancer, we are going to destroy cancer cells by using a method that we're going to learn today. 14 days. Every 14 days, a cancer cell develops, dies off, gives birth to a new cell. The spark that comes from that cell is going to be either weaker or stronger. So let's look at it in another way. This is a cancer cell. As you can see, my oven, I'm going to cut on the gas. You hear that tick? And what happened from that tick, the gas ignited, and now we have a fire. Now, if you can pay attention to the gas, let's say that the gas is that cancer cell. And before it dies off and gives birth to the new cell, it has to send out a spark. And once that spark ignites, that spark gives birth to the new cell while the old cell dies out. You got it? And for 14 days, it has to either absorb everything that it needs so that it can spark off a new cell before that old cell dies off. Or when it gives off that spark, the spark is not going to be strong enough for that new cell to be strong enough to live through its 14-day cycle before it dies and gives birth to a new cell. What I am training my client 14 days, your body is being transformed from the old you to the new you twice a month. Because cancer cells go through a rebirth cycle 2 times a month. What you're doing with this program is you are every 3 to 4 hours on a consistent basis for 14 days. You are giving your body the proper nutrients that it needs so that the cell, so as it is absorbing all of the proper herbs and vitamins, minerals, supplements, the proper foods that have the minerals and vitamins that you need, that cell not realizing what's happening because it's so dominant, it's almost like a zombie. When it gives birth to the new version of itself, it's weaker. And after 8 cycles of this, the cell no longer is reproductive enough to continue existing in your having. So this is what we're going to do for the first 14 days. We're going to realign yourself with the foods that you should have been eating more of and removing the foods that you shouldn't have been eating. Got it? So if you people who are dealing with cancer make you take drugs, you take prescriptions, and you do things to your body that your body is not strong enough to deal with, and it only gets weaker. Instead, learning your blood type and learning your dietary chart that your blood type requires you to have, and learning the origin of your blood type will help you fight off radical cells. The same way, and I say this all the time, so you may, if you follow me, you're going to hear me say this a lot. If you have a high performance car, you don't put cheap gas in a high performance car. You don't put cheap oil in a high performance car. You don't put cheap gas, gas, fuel, or anything that can give your vehicle a high octane. That's the same thing that you do with the right foods. You want to eat, if your diet requires you not to eat shellfish, don't get mad when you have pains in your back, because shellfish historically is known to mess with a person's bloodstream, which turns it acid-like, and people are having issues with back problems, knee issues, they got joint. That fish is not the fish that you're supposed to be eating. For those who are of a B blood type, seafood such as crab legs and lobster and shrimp is not your friend. Some of you all have to go get Benadryl before you start eating this stuff. That's because you're not supposed to be eating it. It's actually making your blood into little bitty spikes. That's why you be in pain. Whereas if you eat more vegetarian-like and find substitutes, your joints will completely heal very quickly. But in this dietary plan, you're not only eating food that matches your blood type, you're eating food at a certain ratio. Like this plate I got right here, you're only eating a certain amount every day, and you're eating as if you're going through training. I'm not talking about eating a lot of protein. I'm not talking about eating 8 times a day because you're trying to build muscle. I'm talking about eating food that's equivalent to your fist. You don't have to eat that much. And when your body starts getting the proper nutrients that it needs, you're not going to be as hungry all the time. And yes, there are people that only eat once a day, but you can actually eat 3 times a day. And the 3 times a day that you eat, you're eating at a certain amount. You're not eating huge Italian-like dinners with linguine and cornbread or whatever you want to call it. You're eating a certain amount of food when that food is designed for your blood type, so you're not going to be as hungry all the time. You may nibble off a little granola here and there and that, but you're not eating to get full. You're eating to heal. And the foods that you're eating, I'm going to call it happy foods, because anytime you eat anything, 45 minutes after you eat the food, you should have a positive reaction, not just going to the washroom and coming back out 10 pounds lighter. I'm talking about a reaction, meaning that once you are finished eating, your energy level is up, your vibration is a lot better, such as eating watermelons and pineapples. You should feel different because now your bloodstream recognizes the vitamins that are coming from that food source, and it is causing a reaction. Look at your body like a choo-choo train back in the day, and they used to put the coal in the fire to keep the train continuing going and going and going and going. All right, your food is the same way. So you want to put a schedule together. Now, before I talked about the importance of looking at yourself and asking yourself, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? That's also important. The food that you're eating should give you the same reaction. I feel good after eating this. I felt great after drinking this water. I felt good after taking this tea. I felt great after doing this exercise. I felt great. That's why you need a calendar, and you stay on that calendar. Day number 1, let's look at everything that we need to take care of for the month, not just for that day. How many bills need to be paid? What's the total on the bills that need to be paid? Do we need to go to the grocery store? What all foods do we need to go and get? All of the important foods that we need to go and get, not just going to the store and grabbing anything. Salads, fruits, vegetables, grains, water, juices. If you have a juicer at home, you can make your own juices. So you need the materials so that you can keep your juices up. Because if you're making juices on a regular basis, that means every 2-3 days you're making fresh juice. So that means you need to get as much fruits from the store as possible. We're also using those fruits as a cleansing agent. So we want all citrus fruits because we want to take the orange peels. And we want to take the orange peels, get a pot, put some water in there, get some bay leaves, get some eucalyptus, rosemary, and you want to start making cleansing liquids so that as you're going through this journey with your power team, go to my video talking about the power teams, you are going to be able to know when to clean the house, which is every 7 days, because we want to keep the atmosphere clean so that the oxygen in the house is always clean, because the more oxygen that you got going into your body, the quicker your healing time is. And cancer cannot exist in highly oxidated areas. So everything that you're eating is oxygen, water foods, stuff that flushes you out. Everything that you're using is cleaning your house. It helps get the oxygen levels back up. Everything that you're eating has a higher pH level, which helps with your oxygen levels. These are the classes that you will learn from the We Ride for a Cure videos. So your calendar should have your exercise program, your dietary program, your expenses, because expenses are very huge. Some people who are dealing with cancer, they can't work. So you need to create a budget. What is your budget? What can you safely spend? We know we have necessities that need to be taken care of. So right now, when I get hired by a client, the first month, we are working on 4 months. Our budget, what we're trying to get to, what can we afford? If we need to ask people for money, we need to find out who is able to help us. If not money, can we spare food? Can you get a couple of things? We're going to need this. We're going to need to do an exercise program. Exercising is extremely important. I'm not just talking about doing push-ups, sit-ups, and walking around. I'm talking about mental exercises. We have to keep our mindset, and I have to, hold on, I got to hit myself upside the head. You have to keep your mindset in a positive manner. You have to stay active. I'm working on my brand right now. I'm working on clothing. I'm working on advertisement. This is what keeps me going. Thankfully, I have a career that has blessed me to get contracts. So when it's slow, though I may not be rich, I'm able to take care of my financial obligations. And I'm grateful for that. So for 2 months, 3 months out of the year, I'm not really working. My season starts late February, early March, and for the rest of the year up until October, that's my season. November, December, January, parts of February, that's my slow season. So I have to create a budget to make sure that I have everything taken care of. Sometimes I have good years. Sometimes I be like, but we get through it. This is where you're at. What do you need to do to get through 4 months? What do you need to do to get through 4 months? Because this is what it's going to take to kill these cancer cells out of your system. Get a calendar. Get a budget. I'm just going to put a number out there. If you have a budget of $2,000 a month. You start putting that budget together. This is for this, this is for this, this is for this, this is for this, this is what I have left over. This is what I'm working with. I can't go outside that. Anybody that is interfering with that game plan, you need to remove them, or you need to let them know, listen, I can't do that right now for at least 4 months. Right now, I am focusing on me because of my personal health issues, and I'm really on it. And if you can't help me with that, then you're going to have to go someplace else. Don't be afraid to say what you cannot do. If you can't do it, tell them that you can't do it, because people will sit up here and try their best to persuade you to get off of your goal. I had it happen to me multiple times. Okay. And this is what you will end up having depression about, because you're not able to keep up with the people that are expecting you to do certain things. It's not about them now. It's about you. And if they can't understand that, get them out of your way. Listen, I love my family, but there were things that I was experiencing, and being around my family was not helping. And all the way up until 2023, I realized that if I don't remove myself from this atmosphere, though I love my family, I'm not going to heal all the way. After my surgery, I made it a personal goal. 6 months after the surgery, I'm going to move into my own place, because I needed that environment. I needed my own space. And this is where you get that calendar from. You are setting yourself up to stay active so that you can get through this process. Now that you got your schedule down, now you're going to start applying it. Every morning, we have to start an exercise program. It can be 5 or 10 minutes. As you're doing your exercise program, you got to have time to meditate on what you're trying to get done. This works. When you are active and you are in order, you're likely to be less depressed, even though you're going through this. And people will begin to notice, yo, you looking good. Yeah, because you're staying active. It's when you're not active is when you start getting more depressed, because you don't have anything to do. People who are dealing with cancer stay alive longer, staying active and keeping themselves busy, than a person sitting on their butt and not doing nothing. This is the reason why so many people who have cancer, they die. You cannot be sitting on your butt. You got to stay active. You're losing muscle, you're losing weight, and you're losing time. Get a calendar. That is the best tactic that anyone can have, including your dietary calendar, your dietary chart. When you have foods that you look forward to eating, it wakes up everything in your body. When you're listening to good music and you are keeping up with good friends and you all are in productive places, it keeps you alive. Not just taking herbs, not just taking these supplements, but actually staying active. Yes, if you're able to go to work, because that's going to keep you active. If you have something that you were inspired to do, do it. This is going to keep you active. And of course, every day you want to keep a personal diary of everything that you did, and you're going to get through it. Look at positive affirmations that you say every day. One of mine is, you're going to get through it and get it done. You're not going to like yourself if you don't get it done. Yes, it may mean you're going to be up all night. You may fall asleep trying to get stuff done. But if you're getting it done, I would rather you be happy to actually see it done than you not being happy because you sat and did nothing. This is why a power team is so highly recommended. If you need advice on a power team, reach me at 773-551-2904. I also want to state to everyone that if you watch these videos, this is for edutainment purposes. I have a ton of videos on this page. You can go through and check it out. I'm because that's 30 minutes. Get a calendar. 14 days from now, where do you want to be at? Where you want to be at with your bills? Where you want to be at with your exercise program? And find a picture of someone. Does not have to be you. They got all these AI programs now. You can actually do a vision of yourself that you want to see. That may help. But find an image of yourself, whether it's a person with a nice body, a person with a car, a mansion, or living the life that you would like to live. And you want to take that and you want to put it somewhere on your wall. Put that somewhere on your wall. And every day before you leave or whatever you do, you want to focus on that wall. This is where I want to be at. Put it on your calendar and continue striving for greatness. I command you to be great. I command you to be prosperous. I command you to be greater today than you were yesterday. That's one of my mantras. I'll say it again. I command you to be great. I command you to be prosperous. I command you to be greater today than you were yesterday. And before I go off, practice this ritual. I'm walking in my washroom, turning this around. 100 times a day. I love you. 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 You got this. You're going to get through it. You're going to reach your goals. You will win. You are a winner. You are great. I love you. 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 You got through this. You have accomplished so much. You got this done. Stop feeling bad. You did a good job. You did it. Talk to yourself. There's nothing wrong with talking to yourself and remotivating yourself and getting your head back in the game. Stay in alignment with your mission. You see what I'm doing? I'm talking to myself, but I'm encouraging myself. I'm going to get through it. I'm going to find a way. And then you start noticing that you start coming up with ideas. You start focusing and getting things done. Stay in alignment with your mission. Get a piece of paper. I got more stuff up here. I will not fail today. This is in Arabic. La nashfa aliyun. Sawa atawafak atafawak aliyun. I'm sorry. Sof atawafak aliyun. Salt. Let me do it again. Sof atawaf atafawak. Atafawak. I'm still learning how to say it right. But it means I will not fail today. I will excel today. This is in my washroom. I say that to myself all the time, though I'm kind of tongue-tied. But I say that to myself because I want to get through the day. And when people say they do manifestations, one of those things that you do, you always have something on your wall that you can continuously say over and over and over again. It starts to kick off certain things in your body, and you'll see the end results of it after 14 days, after 21 days, after 30 days. And you write down the things you're trying to do, and before you know it, you've accomplished it. That's it. I'm gone. Back to work. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy new season. Let's get it. I command you to be great. I command you to be prosperous. I command you to be greater today than you were yesterday. Till next time.